This is the 911 center. What's the matter?
Oh my God.
Okay, and what's going on?
My mom.
Your mom what?
Is dead.
A quiet neighborhood in Florida, a mother of 6, and 4 toddlers covered in blood, standing beside their dead mother's body. This wasn't a robbery. This wasn't random. This was a carefully planned execution, a murder ordered hundreds of miles away by a millionaire obsessed with revenge. And the killer, a stranger who drove across multiple states just to end one woman's life. But what investigators uncovered afterward was even darker than the murder itself. Because this case wasn't only about greed, it was about obsession, control, humiliation, and a man who could not accept losing the one thing money couldn't buy back. Human beings build billion-dollar industries, invent satellites, split atoms, and still emotionally collapse because somebody divorced them. A truly inspiring species. November 7th, 1997, Sarasota, Florida. To outsiders, the Bellush family looked like they had finally found peace. Just 6 weeks earlier, Sheila Bellush had moved into this neighborhood with her husband Jamie and their children. She wanted a fresh start, a safe place, a quiet life away from Texas. But Sheila was afraid, terrified actually. Friends later said she constantly looked over her shoulder, as if she knew danger was coming. That Friday afternoon, 13-year-old Stevie Bellush walked home from school completely unaware that her entire life was about to shatter. She was excited to tell her mother about a boy she liked. Normal teenage thoughts. The kind of ordinary moment people never realize will become their before everything changed memory. But the second Stevie stepped inside the house, something felt wrong. The home was silent. Then came the crying. She followed the sound into the hallway and froze. Her 23-month-old quadruplet siblings were standing there alone. Covered in blood, Stevie screamed for her mother. No answer. Then she ran toward the kitchen and saw Sheila Bellush lying motionless in a massive pool of blood. The murder scene was so brutal that even experienced detectives later admitted they struggled to forget it, and surrounding Sheila's body were tiny bloody footprints from the toddlers who had witnessed the entire attack. When detectives arrived, they immediately realized something terrifying. This was not a quick execution. Sheila Bellush fought back with unbelievable determination. Investigators discovered she had first been shot directly in the face with a .45 caliber handgun. For most people, that wound would have been instantly fatal. But somehow, Sheila survived the initial shot. A violent struggle erupted inside the home. The attacker grabbed a knife from Sheila's kitchen and slit her throat. Twice. And still, she kept moving. Bleeding heavily, Sheila dragged herself across the floor toward the kitchen counter, toward the phone, toward her last chance to save herself, and maybe save her children. She managed to grab the receiver. But before she could call for help, she collapsed and bled to death on the kitchen floor. Detectives noticed something else. There was no forced entry, no broken windows, no signs of robbery, which meant one thing. Either Sheila knew her killer, or someone had detailed knowledge of the house. Police began digging into everyone connected to her life. And immediately, one person stood out. Her husband. Because in almost every true crime case, humans somehow turn marriage into a loyalty test sponsored by life insurance policies. Investigators focused on Sheila's husband, Jamie Bellush. He had potential motive, life insurance money, access to the home. But very quickly, the theory fell apart. Jamie had a solid alibi. Witnesses confirmed his location. Receipts tracked his sales route throughout the day. He simply could not have committed the murder. Police explored every lead: former employees, neighbors, even a pool maintenance worker who once worked at the house. Nothing connected. The investigation was slowing down until an ordinary gardener noticed something extraordinary. A local gardener named Jake Mast remembered seeing a suspicious white Mitsubishi Eclipse cruising through the neighborhood the morning of the murder. The driver wore camouflage pants. According to Mast, the man simply looked wrong, out of place. But one detail stayed in his memory: the license plate. To remember it, Mast created a strange sentence in his head. Yes, Bob, and 62 girls. That random little trick would crack open the entire conspiracy. Police ran the plate. No match in Florida. But detectives got a hit in Texas. The car belonged to a 23-year-old petty criminal named Joey Del Toro. And when police searched the vehicle, they found devastating evidence. A map leading directly to Sheila's house, camouflage clothing, and the .45 caliber murder weapon used in the killing. Then forensic evidence sealed it. A fingerprint found on the gun matched a print recovered from Sheila's laundry room. Case solved? Not yet, because investigators quickly discovered something bizarre. Joey Del Toro had never met Sheila Bellush. He had absolutely no connection to her. So why would a young criminal drive 16 hours across the country to murder a complete stranger? The answer led investigators into a twisted conspiracy involving money, revenge, and a millionaire with dangerous obsessions. Detectives traced Del Toro to his cousin, Sammy Gonzalez. Under intense questioning, Gonzalez finally broke. And what he revealed stunned investigators. According to Gonzalez, a local bookie named Danny Rocha had approached him with a photo of Sheila Bellush. Rocha claimed Sheila was abusive and deserved punishment. Then he offered $10,000 for the murder. But Rocha wasn't the mastermind. He was just the middleman. The real money came from a wealthy businessman named Alan Blackthorn. Alan Blackthorn was Sheila's ex-husband. Originally born Alan William Van Hoot, he reinvented himself after becoming wealthy, even changing his name based on a character from the novel Shogun. To the public, Blackthorn appeared successful and sophisticated, but behind closed doors, investigators uncovered disturbing behavior. Former associates described manipulation, abuse, humiliation rituals, and extreme psychological control. When Sheila finally escaped the marriage, Blackthorn became obsessed with revenge. Not reconciliation, not forgiveness, destruction. Their custody battle grew vicious. Then suddenly Blackthorn stopped fighting for custody altogether. At the time, Sheila reportedly told friends she feared something terrible was coming. So she fled Texas with her children in the middle of the night and moved to Florida. She believed distance would protect her. But Blackthorn had already made another plan. Blackthorn believed he was untouchable. After all, he never physically entered Sheila's home. He stayed safely in Texas while someone else carried out the murder. But federal investigators built a conspiracy case spanning multiple states. On January 5, 2000, FBI agents arrested Alan Blackthorn on a golf course, the very same golf course where parts of the murder conspiracy had been planned. Inside his mansion, investigators found maps leading to Sheila's Florida address and photographs used to identify her to the killers. Then came the most chilling moment of the trial. Hitman Joey Del Toro described the exact moment he decided to kill Sheila. He admitted he had waited outside the house for nearly an hour and was actually preparing to leave. But then Sheila noticed the laundry room door open. She walked toward it, and suddenly, they were standing face to face. Their eyes met. Del Toro later said, "There was no going back." Moments later, Sheila Bellush was fighting for her life in her kitchen. In the end, justice arrived. Sammy Gonzalez received 17 years in prison. Danny Rocha and Joey Del Toro received life sentences. And Alan Blackthorn, the millionaire mastermind behind the murder, was sentenced to 2 life terms without parole. But no sentence could erase what happened that day. No punishment could restore the childhood stolen from the children who witnessed their mother's murder. In her final moments, Sheila Bellush did one last thing. She fought with everything she had, trying to survive for her children. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe for more deeply researched true crime stories based on real investigations and courtroom testimony. Because sometimes the most dangerous people don't look like monsters at all. Sometimes they look successful, powerful, respected, and they simply hire someone else to do the killing.